guys, Rachel here. Welcome to the garden. It's early morning in late September and I just wanted to take you around, show you all the seeds that are germinating and talk about what's going on in the garden this month. So let's go have a look. So I still have some composter going on. This is not quite broken down. I'll just keep on stirring it around until it does. Volunteer pumpkin back here, I think. Looks like a pumpkin, maybe it's a melon. And over here we have an eggplant. So I bought this little beauty from Wasan Nursery. It cost $1. I always struggle to germinate eggplants, so I bought this little one just to give me a backup. And we have some sunflowers. These are giant Mongolian sunflowers, so very happy to have these in the garden. The bees love them, and if I'm lucky, hopefully I will get some sunflowers that we can eat as well, the sunflower seeds. So that's looking nice. And then as we come across, I've planted some different types of squash. So I always try and mark them like this. So this is a yellow paddy pan that's just germinated here, so I've got a couple of those. And across this section I have different types of squash. A black beauty zucchini, a yellow scallop, and also a green bush zucchini. So these ones have just germinated as well. And then if we come across to the back of this bed, I have planted some beet alpha cucumbers, and the cucumbers have just germinated across here. So I'll be trellising those up so they can grow up the back wall. In the corner here we have the lovely Moringa, and I made a soup just the other day with this a lentil soup and added this to it, so it really helps to supercharge your food. And maybe I'll be harvesting a little bit of this today to go in a salad as well. Moringa is definitely starting to put on a lot of greenery. Come across here, I've got some seeds hardening off out here. These have been a little bit neglected, but this row here is doing very well. They need to be up-potted now. And these are the Advarsky peppers. These I got from Green Heart Nursery, so those are looking really good. Come across to this bed, I've got some more seeds that have just come up, and a few more weeks, and this will just be amazing. So we have some Bok Choy. These little beauties here, and I always tend to overly heavily sow, and so there's quite a few in that little clump there. I've been a bit too generous with the seeds. That's my fault. And we have some golden beetroots. I absolutely loved these last year, so I grew these for the first time last year, and they were delicious. So I'm hoping to get more of them this year and try a few different recipes, maybe even some pickled beets. I grow dill as well, so it'd be amazing to pickle beets with dill. Jimmy Jim Sai. This is a Asian green that I came across. It's got an amazing flavour and it's very prolific, so you get lots of food from that one. And radishes here. So these are giant of Sicily radish. Planted them in little clumps, like the Charles Darting method. So he says they push out from each other, so you get quite a lot of food when you put them in clumps of 2 or 3 like this. So they're looking really good. I love growing radishes, they're very quick. Next we have some Molo Basil, and these are just about ready to be topped. So you can see the small leaves under here. So I will harvest this top section here, and this will then start to thicken out. So you can see on this one, I've actually already done that. This top has been cut off, and you can see it's starting to thicken out. So if you keep on doing that, you'll get really bushy basil plants and lots to harvest. So this one's ready to be done as well. So you can just take that top piece off and it will start to bush out. This is already starting to go very well. This is the purslane. We'll do the same sort of thing with the purslane. So you take off the top bit, so maybe you could harvest it here, and then this will bush out. This small bits down here will start to bush out, and you'll get more and more harvests. Next row we have our Bok Choy. So this is like Chinese cabbage, and it's going really well, so you can harvest the small leaves and kind of cook that bok choy. Maybe this year I'm going to try and make some kimchi with it. So it's not the traditional cabbage for kimchi, but I think it will still work really well. I love making fermented foods, so yeah, we'll definitely make some kimchi. Then across here we have our Molo, and it seems the birds really love this one. They've been stealing it from me. Every time a few little bits germinate, the birds, they come and they take this one away. So hopefully we'll get them to get a little bit bigger. There's little evidence over here of one that they've stolen from me. So, and a volunteer tomato that's popped up. This soil is got lots of eggshells in, so this is compost that I did. Some of my compost mixes are very heavy in eggshells because of the cafe that I get some of my food scraps from. So that'll break down in the next year or so, and just add more calcium to the soil as it continues to break down, but it does take a while for that to happen, but I'm not worried about that. For the bees, I've added some French marigolds here. So these guys have just started to germinate, and they'll be lovely for the bees, and also to keep some of the bugs away. So marigolds are a great companion plant. And come across to this section here. I've got a couple of peppers. So these are a yellow pepper. I grew these from seed. I just popped them in the soil in a container at the start of summer, and they managed to make it through the summer. So I've transplanted some of them out into here. So I'm really happy that I've got this bigger peppers already. They've been starting to flower, so hopefully we will start to get some fruit soon with those flowers that have come on. So I've got these 3 different raised beds here with this back section that I'm going to plant the tomatoes along the back. And in this bed here I have some rocket and some turnip. So the rocket's just starting to get some of its first bigger leaves, and same with the turnips. You can eat these turnip greens as well. I haven't grown turnips before, so we'll see how that one goes, but I'm excited to have some more root veggies. And I put some parsley in here, but it hasn't germinated except for first little baby there, so I've got some hope. Hopefully the parsley will start to come on and we'll have lots of fresh herbs for the garden. I have all of this here in the bed, lots of space still to plant, and up above I still have my shade cloth, so this is protecting those little seedlings in the middle of the heat of the day. Now let's take a look at this raised bed across the back of the garden. This is the one where I put the horse manure about 5 or 6 months ago. So down here we have this very, very sad looking pomegranate. Now it survived the transplant from the other house. The leaves dropped back and then it started to put on a lot of new growth, and I was very hopeful, but it seems to not have survived. So I'm a bit sad about that one. I was very much hopeful for some pomegranates, but I'm not sure what happened there. I think maybe it's getting a bit too much water. So I've got these spaghetti squash that have germinated here. Another one at the back there as well. But I'm hoping these will sort of spread out across the garden. But they're looking really healthy, so I was a bit concerned that maybe the horse manure had been contaminated, but they're looking healthy. We have some corn here, little volunteer tomato, more corn. I think this is a volunteer tomatillo, this one. And then we have, these are looking really good. These are a pumpkin, some seeds that I'd saved, so these are looking really healthy, getting a lot of fast growth. Some more corn. Come across to this section and I've got some okra, and the okra is looking really good. This takes off so quickly once it develops, so hopefully we'll be harvesting some okra soon. And also we have some more sunflowers, so more food for the bees. So I've popped inside, I've grabbed a bowl, I've decided I'm going to harvest this purslane. Super nutritious, very high in vitamin A and vitamin C. This is going to go in a salad today, so let's harvest some purslane. as I was describing, we're going to take this purslane tops off, and then these small leaves that are done here will start to thicken out and we will get even more food. So I've got our nice bowl of purslane, very happy with that. And I'm going to take the tops off these basils as well to help those guys thicken out. Here in this wooden container that I have, this is the one that I started the peppers in before summer, just as something to grow. But as you can see, they're looking really healthy. Lots of flowers on them. So I've thinned these out, transplanted some into the main raised bed. Got some more space across here, and I'm thinking I'm going to put some carrots in here. I'm going to wait a few more weeks and try some carrots. These are nice deep beds, so that should be fine to try and grow some carrots in containers. I also have some tomato seedlings outside in the mornings, hardening off, and as you can see, these are developing their first true leaves. These are ready to be transplanted out, so I'm going to be working on that this weekend, transplanting these guys and giving them a bit more soil. They're a little bit leggy, so I'll be planting these nice and deep so that the root system continues to develop up the stem of the plant. Thanks for coming along with our little tour around the garden today. I've got my bowl of my purslane, also some moringa and some basil, so this will make a lovely salad today. I really appreciate your support. Thanks so much for watching, and until next time, happy gardening. I'd like to thank you all for your support. If you haven't already, please do like and subscribe.